I'm like this. Maybe not while I'm walking. I might be in my new room talking. Especially, I deleted all of them, but because they were just they were too deep. I gotta make deep videos without getting deep. I'm kind of I get kind of embarrassed to upload videos like that. I don't really like it, so I had to figure out a way to make it to go deep without going deep. So that would just make it detailed. So anyways, so here's I got plenty more videos like this to come, and this is getting uploaded because people need to hear it. I was realizing stuff like this and coming to understand stuff like this before psychedelic drugs was ever part of my life. Now I really understand it, and I understand it in a completely different way from all the angles possible at that time. And then more angles come to you as time goes on, and you do more ecstasy, or you do more LSD, or more peyote, which is mescaline. That's the alcohol. That's the alkaloid in peyote is mescaline. Mescaline will take you into another dimension. I think I've already said that on this channel. I'll say it again. It is the possibly craziest freaking drug that's ever existed. Anyways, and the government really doesn't want us getting a hold of that because they hate us and we're a threat to them because they want to control our lives. You hate them and you want to overthrow the government even if you say you don't want to. Anyways, one reason why I want to overthrow the government is it is every government, especially nowadays, really is in direct opposition to God, and that man has saved my ass a lot and bailed me out of a lot of situations. So I appreciate him, and I know he appreciates that. But I don't do it so he appreciates me. I do it simply because I just want to, and you should. Anyways, so here's the difference between Satan and God, and I'll get into more details on Mr. Lucifer. He was always Satan. It was determined before he had that title slapped on him. He kind of just got a new social security number, or he kept the same social security number, but he got a legal name change. But it was already Satan was, you could say, was already encrypted into his social security number via. It's not via, it's via. That's how you pronounce it. It was encrypted into his social security number via a barcode, and you can do that. I've done something like that before, hacking. So how does if Satan's gonna lose in the end? Well, why is he doing what he's doing? Well, maybe the losing part, we're not looking at it the right way. And he is gonna lose, and he is a real guy. And you can laugh at it all you want, but dude, you'll find out in the end that you were helping him the whole time, but not God. And so he's hoping he can have an armistice signed, or he's hoping he's hoping he can have a treaty signed for a few reasons. One is he wants everything else to go down into destruction, but without himself. He doesn't. He wants to get back to where he used to be, which was pure bliss. And so, because Satan is every negative thing you can think of, that's what Satan's always experiencing. And he hates it, but he loves it. It's kind of like me with anger. I don't like to get angry, but I like the way it feels. And I like the trail of destruction I leave. Like literally, I kick over everything and knock over everything when I go into a rage. And my rage is like an ecstasy where it comes in waves. My rage comes in waves. Some of that is because I'm both Irish and Ukrainian. So we have categories of anger. We have waves of anger. Nobody else has that. Anyways, so that's why he would still be doing what he's doing. He just wants to hurt God, and he wants to via hurting his creation, hurting God's creation. That's how he goes after God. And so you can look at this as they are computer hackers. They're trying to hack each other. but they can't really afford to reveal their IP address. That's how they get into each other's servers. So if Satan did get into God's servers, what he would do, because he's coming into this world, into every existence that it includes time, and our dimension, and yes, dimensions are real. Our existence, our dimension, our realm was the first one to pop out of eternity. So it has a link to this thing called eternity or infinity. And then because it's so infinite, because God is Alpha and the Omega, and he's so infinite, there's an infinity that existed before infinity. And now, Satan, a lot of people don't want to admit this. A lot of people don't want to hear this. Satan and God have existed for the same amount of time, which is before time existed. Satan is simply a being, a man, some dude who is the exact opposite of God. God is everything you love and enjoy, without the deception part. Satan makes you think you're enjoying that dopamine, when it's really it's that serotonin that everybody likes. That's really everybody's favorite neurotransmitter. Everybody's favorite neuron is serotonin. That's where especially when it comes to ecstasy. Then you got cocaine, and then you combine the two, and that's a type of pleasure that I can't even describe it. You just have to do it. So Satan convinces you that your favorite neurotransmitter is that dopamine. Dopamine is a nasty neurotransmitter. It's freaking nasty. I mean, meth takes up to 1,200 to 1,300 units, and then it activates the first time you do it. No matter how you consume it, especially if you shoot it, if you slam it, you will definitely activate that circuit deep within the brain, that deep circuit. And what can happen with shit like that, because your dopamine's not supposed to go that high, homie, with meth and flocka and all its different forms, because the brain's a circuit. You're revealing shit to Satan, and that's how he could hack into God's server. That's what's happening. Your dopamine's not supposed to go that high. Really, it's cocaine. That's as high as it's supposed to go. 400 units. Crack cocaine, which is not cocaine, it's just crack. Hey, cocaine's just used to make crack, but crack becomes a completely different drug once you make it. It's not cocaine in any form. Cocaine is just it's an extracted precursor drug that had precursor drugs used to extract the cocaine. So that's this is why crack is more intense. The rush is more intense, twice as intense and powerful as the rush of meth. Crack is a rocket ship going off in your brain. Meth is a roller coaster that goes upside down. But crack doesn't last as long unless you have good body chemistry. Crack only lasts like 15 to 30 minutes. Really, it's just 15 minutes. Now they say, I've heard this before, they say when it first came out it was lasting around 45 minutes. I don't know how true that is. That was back in 86 is when it came out. That's part of the deception. Well, I'm bringing all that up. Satan wants you to think the most addictive drug in the world is methamphetamine. But the thing about that is, it's only that addictive. It's only highly addictive to the people who get addicted to it. Okay? You have to have the right intentions for why you began using that drug in the first place. That's one way you prevent yourself from ever getting addicted, because you've established the right foundation. Now, am I saying to do meth? No, meth is not really something you can do recreationally. It's a club drug. It's a rave drug, but it's not you can't really say recreational meth use. Meth is it's not really a drug. It's not really a poison. It's just a substance that creates a massively powerful reaction in the body. And what's probably happening is it's turning into other drugs. It's probably a prodrug and we don't realize it. Now they'll say if you mix meth and ecstasy, it'll kill you automatically. That's not freaking true. Anyways, that's not true. Now the meth that Hitler used to get in touch with things like the occult, or that he used to enslave the whole entire Third Reich, Nazi Germany. But they chose to be enslaved because Hitler, like Satan, he was the human version of the master of the lies, deception, and deceit. Hitler was born of hell. Hitler was born of evil, and he returned to evil. It was already determined in the end that Hitler was going to lose, and he convinced himself, using his big lie of a master race, and there is no such thing. There is no master race. It doesn't exist. That would have to mean that Satan's going to win in the end. That's what that would have to mean. Because that's God showing favoritism. He doesn't do that. A lot of people want to say he's doing that with the Jews. No, the Jews being God's chosen people does not mean he's showing favoritism. That's anti-Semitic, anti-Semite bullshit. You go ahead and get all pissed off as you want, Mr. Neo-Nazi, thinking I want to use because I'm a white guy with short hair. I'm not. I'm not a neo-fascist. I am an ultra-nationalist. But we're not nationalists. We're ultra-patriots. That's what we are. And they'll try to tell you that ultra-nationalism was used to establish fascism in all its forms. Now, they'll say Pol Pot was an ultra-nationalist. But he was left-wing. But technically, a left-winger could be an ultra-nationalist because they can be patriots too. This is coming from a right-winger. I'm a right-winger. The right wants to tell you this lie that the left is the opposite of patriotism and all that, and that they hate you, and a good bit of them do hate you. Like Hillary Clinton, she fucking hates you. She hates you. And all you little bitches were crying like little bitches when she lost in groups, wiping those tears. Yeah, we remember that. Y'all tried to wipe all that footage from the internet, but I still remember that shit. That was great. I was laughing my ass off. You bunch of pussies. Anyways, guys, you wondered if you're a pussy. It's because like that, who ultimately you hate God and anything that's good, and which is why you voted for Hillary. It's because it's already been determined since you exist, since before you were born, what book your name is written down in, and it ain't the book of life, homie. Anyways, sorry. Now is hell physically painful? No, it's not physically painful. It's something. It's a different type of suffering. Now, it's a suffering that I've been used to my whole life, all day, every day, my whole entire fucking life. So it doesn't scare me. So why am I a believer? Why? Because I fucking hate Satan. I hate evil. I hate sin. I hate it. That's why. I want to be on the right side of history. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get something to eat. Hold up. Oh yeah, I'll just come back later. I'll come back later. Yeah. No, but with that right side of history, it'd be a different type of history because remember this has to do with eternity, infinity. So there's no beginning time. There's no. Oh fuck! That happens every time I come in this room. There's no beginning point and there's no ending point of that history. So what kind of history book would it be? Well, it's something that is predetermined, but you also made the ultimate choice. How? I don't know. I don't want to know, homie. I don't want to freaking know how you were able to do that. I don't want to know. Hold on, I gotta get something to drink. Oh. But so Satan's number. It's not 666. I'm here to tell you that. That's how good he is at lying and deceiving people. I used to believe it too. Until I met a really good friend of mine named, I'm not going to say his name to protect him. But I am going to name my kid after him, if I do have a kid. And with all my business plans, everything I'm developing, and then all my inventions and everything, even though I don't want kids, I'm going to have one, because I need, you could say, an heir to the throne, if you want to look at it that way. It's kind of ridiculous to look at it that way, but anyways, I need somebody where they can inherit it and pass, and I can pass it down, and then they can pass it down. Hold up. I gotta end this video real quick. Somebody's calling me. This guy's giving me ecstasy. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I gotta end the video pretty quickly. But so Satan, real quick. His number is 999, but he has to do everything backwards. So he's walking backwards down the road, and God is constantly walking in all directions down the road, because he's everything. God created that road too. He owns the road. Satan, he's only traveling. He's traveling in a certain direction, but he's doing it backwards. It's kind of like I hate to use this example. I'm just going to go ahead and use it. The American flag. When I was in the Army, and it's still like this. Even before I was in the Army, it was like this. The American flag is on backwards, so it's always moving forwards. When you're walking backwards, it's always moving forwards. I hate to use that example, but I will throw that out there. That's what Satan has to do. But he doesn't have an American flag. He doesn't deserve that kind of freedom. So everybody's going to get 666 in their social security number or something like that, or their digital fingerprint. And their security keys, security fingerprints, whether it's an SHA 256 or an SHA 1 or something else like that. And mine are combined together. They say that's not possible. I'm going to be the only man in the world who has that. So I have very unique digital fingerprints. These are digital fingerprints. They're a different type, but they're digital fingerprints. Anyways, so that's what would happen. You'd get 999 stamped or tattooed on you, or put in your social security number, or encrypted into something that through AI or something like that, and that would be linked to you. Because remember, we have electricity in our bodies, because our brain's a biological computer. That's what it is. And we'll probably find out that, I've already said this in another video, and I'll say this again, the brain is probably not made of tissue. It's probably made of something else. And it just looks and feels like tissue and functions like tissue. But it's probably not tissue at all. It's probably something else. The brain has the capacity and the ability to, within 1 to 2 minutes, it can copy and paste and store data that will be the equivalent of 7 full filing cabinets stacked on top of each other. And it can do this for the rest of its existence. And everything else after its existence, after its owner dies, it travels. That information gets stored. Well, once and we know this because you can have out-of-body experiences. Your consciousness, your electricity, your existence can leave your body and come back into it. That says that, and you can say this is true. Yes, this is true. It says there's something else going on here. What the fuck is it? Well, that's up for you to decide for yourself. Anyways, thanks for watching.